Oopsie. Hi Virgo, welcome to your Empress reading for 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, this may resonate as yours or your person's moon, rising, or Venus sign. So, as we journey through the tarot, the Fool's Journey, we arrive at the Empress, and she asks, how can you best be nurtured or in your relationship, or for yourself in your relationship, or what is coming to nurture you? What do you need to do to provide nurturing? All of that centered for me for this reading around nurturing. All right, so what do we got? Abundance, thriving, creating. How best to nurture that part of yourself. Okay, Page of Swords. All right, Virgo, how are we doing there? All right, we got the Moon, that could be Pisces or Cancerian. Page of Pentacles. Oh, 2 pages. We got kids, maybe. The Death card, that could be Scorpio. Queen of Wands. Hermit. The World. 9 of Cups. Interesting. 3 of Wands. Okay. All right. Let me get the little guys here. Okay. So it looks like you two are not talking, but you are still thinking about each other, or you're still very much thinking. There's some unfinished business here that needs to be sorted out. And I think this is someone that is not willing to deal with things so that you two can progress, and they need to take a look at their own life and be willing to make the necessary sacrifices and be able to change here. Be willing to grow and progress. And there's a lot of unfinished business here. Perhaps you two broke up because wrong time, right person, wrong time. There's still stuff you each have to finish, but okay. This is saying for how, what's showing here for you, Virgo, is how best you can nurture yourself is to take charge and replace insecurity with answers. Replace any kind of questions or fears with knowledge. That's the first order of business, to examine what and why. And I'm not giving advice per se. I'm saying what's showing here. It is best to replace that fear of the unknown with knowledge. All right. This is you needing to... Is this you needing to start again after something is concluded? Is something over? Or is this your person needing to let go so that you two can go your separate ways? What? All right. We got the Hermit. We got the Moon here. Okay. I like that. 9 of Cups. What's this Moon card about? So we got 2 9s, right? 1, 2, 3 9s. Huh. What's this Moon card about? The Magician. Okay, what's this Page of Pentacles about for Virgo? This Page of Pentacles. There you are right there. 9 of Wands. What's this Death card about for Virgo? 7 of Wands. Oof. 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Sorry, 9 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. He's got a wand. Everybody's got... What's this Queen of Wands here? It'll be Aries. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, by the way. Okay, so what are you... All right, Virgo. You're the one holding back here. You're the one, because are you too nervous, afraid of... There seems to be a real need for trust, or to be able to feel secure. And this, you two need to talk, because this shows you being really guarded and defensive. And and it hasn't had the most positive effect on your person either. There needs to be, if you want this to resolve and to progress, what's showing here is that you two need to talk, and it needs to be you initiating, because you're the one that's withholding the most and withdrawing the most. Not that there's a competition, but if you were to initiate, it shows your person might be willing to let down the wand and negotiate. They might have their principles, but this is someone that they're kind of stuck in their corner because you started it. You're stuck in your corner. So, and this has to do with you not feeling stable or secure or preferring that in relationships. And that's fine, but for some reason it caused a real problem here. This is about you needing to get a handle on your fears, possibly of commitment, before you lean too much or expect too much from someone else. That's not judgment or anything. It's just showing here that that's often what's preventing you in this particular relationship, is getting a handle on that which you are afraid of and resolving it with knowledge or doing a deep dive on it, rather than kind of just having these intermittent, relationships here and there that aren't of any substance because you're protecting a fear. What's this Virgo? What's this Hermit about for Virgo? The Star card, that could be Aquarius. What's showing here is that there's a lot of defensive positioning, but there needs to be a thorough examination of what would make you feel more comfortable, more stable. This is the thing about feeling like you don't really understand yourself, and so you're just kind of keeping everybody at arm's length. You don't really know what you want in a relationship. This is you needing to make some decisions about... It's almost like this needs to be transmuted from being afraid of what's going on to looking at it, trying to understand it without judgment, honestly. Like, why do I do that? I'm such an idiot. Stop that. This isn't about that. It's about just looking at what is and making decisions differently, or letting that begin to inform different choices for your future that would lead to this kind of stability and security that you want. This is, for some of you, this is about feeling very disconnected from yourself and wanting to know how to do that, because you recognize that I'm not really going to be able to connect with anybody else until I can foster that connection within myself. And it begins with effort and communication. So whether it's connecting with this person or self-connection, it begins with effort and communication. And at least what's showing here for this, because it looks like there's some pettiness going on, and there's kind of like someone's only giving a little bit and kind of withholding and being very, stalwart and strategic and stubborn about things. And your partner is having the same kind of reaction. They're not budging either. And so this is about you beginning to affect the change, even if it's not about connection with this person. It leads to a connection with yourself, because you're starting to listen to yourself and bond and form trust within yourself. So I'm not saying it correctly because for the sake of time, but it begins with you. Regardless of this effort with this person, it begins with you making an effort and being willing to look behind the curtain to see and understand yourself. And I'm that's what's shown here. And in turn, it could lead to some open doors with this relationship. If you're having regrets, or if you're wanting to know why is this relationship not working, or how can I best nurture this relationship, it begins with you kind of taking a look at yourself and what your fears are, and trying to resolve those on your own, rather than wanting your partner to make you feel more secure or make you feel more safe, things like that. What's this World card about? Oh, this World card about. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, so all right, Virgo. It looks like there's just been an ending recently, and this is about you looking at the ending and learning from it, and taking the time you need to do a deep dive on it and heal and learn from this. All is not lost here, but for now, this ending stands. Your partner is having none of it. They don't want any effort given at this time. It's not for the future, but for the next 6 months at least. And I'm doing this in March. So this is an ending that is going to stand right now, because I think they want to see that you are putting in effort, that you're taking a look at things, at your part, that sort of thing. And I hate readings like this because it makes it sound like, you know, you're bad or this or that. But there's a give and take here, and your person is like, I'm standing by how I feel, and I need to see that you are gonna basically take a look at yourself and your culpability before you and I talk again, or I won't talk with you any further until you start to look at what you did that could have contributed to where we are now. That's what this is. And for this reading and how you can best nurture yourself, you know, the Empress showing up here, this is about letting what happened inform you, taking a look at why you made those choices. What made you feel so insecure? Why did you cut off that part of yourself and not listen to your intuition? This is about going through that and healing and looking at that deeply so that it can offer you hope for the future, for the next relationship, if not a reconciliation with this one down the road. It looks like there's still feelings here for both of you, but at this time, the way it is, it stands. Because your person's mad. They're mad. Page of Swords, Nine of this. They're okay. And that, honestly, that's time for you to figure out what's going on here. Because they're looking at you going, you know what, this happened because, I hate to say it, but they're kind of saying, you know what, this could have been something different, but there's certain parts of you that you don't understand about yourself, or that you do, that kind of torpedoed this. And if you're willing to look at that, there can be a second chance for us later on down the road. But right now, they want you to take the time to look at that. So we got the World and the Four of Pentacles here. What's this? Nine of Cups. Yay for that. What's this Nine of Cups? Eight of Cups. Okay. What's this Three of Wands? What's this Three of Wands here? Eight of Swords. All right. You are right where you're supposed to be right now. So no beating yourself up. You have the time now, at least for 2020. This is going to be about you getting back in touch with what you want and figuring out and making some decisions about what you want for your future. This is not a time for you to be in connection anyway. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, apparently, that you're best served right now being independent, so you can have time to think about what you want for your future. You are very good at being able to kind of take care of yourself first and foremost, as it should be. But if you're wanting to grow in connection with someone, it's not like, okay, well, I'm going to be fine up until we get to this point, and then I cut things off because I start to have to give back to a relationship, and that makes me feel vulnerable or scared or weird, or I don't want to. So instead of it being like, you know what, I'm really fluid like that, I take care of myself first so that I can be present for other people. This is showing somebody that, like, that's their MO, and the relationship is kind of, it can have a tendency to be one-sided. And for the person that you're with, they're asking for that to be looked at, because this is someone that does, spoiler alert, down the line want to, I'm not going to say reconnect, but reconvene, I guess, to talk to you again. Because right now they're sticking to their guns. They're like, nope, I'm pretty firm on why this ended and how, and I need to be over here doing my own thing. But if and when I see that you're making an effort, and that there's, like, you starting to look and examine and understand, I do want to talk to you again. That's what's showing here. But it's also showing that this is not the year for you two to be in partnership. This is your year to look at you and yourself and what your issues are with connecting with someone else. Everything else about you is fine. Your stability is fine. Your money's fine. Your health is fine. This is a relationship issue. And it begins with you figuring out what you want. And if you do want, it's very simple, right? No, it's not. It's maybe simple, but it's not easy. If you do want to just be unattached and whatnot, that's fine. No further examination necessary, right? But what's showing here is that there's a real fear that you get up to a certain point in relationships and you don't go past them. And it's because there's much of yourself that you don't know. There's a part of yourself that you're not familiar with. You don't know why you do what you do. You don't know why all of a sudden you have to leave after 6 months or whatever. And if you truly want authentic connection with someone, Empress here is asking that you look at that so that you form that connection with yourself first, and then with the right person, you are able to extend that to them, that connection, that vulnerability, that trust, that intimacy. And it is not that easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy. What shows here is that you were the one that walked away. And if this is going to get back off the ground, it's going to involve effort on your part. First with yourself, though, because your person's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're not interested in anything anytime soon. And not that this has to be about reconciliation. This could be about somebody new. But what's showing here is that if we're looking at a relationship, it ended because you were very strategic about what you did and didn't prioritize. I think your person is looking at this as you being quite selfish in order to protect what you're afraid of. For some of you, there might be a preference for chaos and just moving on to the next thing. Because it's just too scary to look at or figure out or to deal with a deep-seated issue that needs transformation or being examined and looked at and healed. That's a lot of work, you know? What else for Virgo? No easy feat either. There's hurt feelings, so there's, but this is about you, with or without this person. I mean, it could be for any relationship, though. You getting the green light from Empress this year to take a look at what you truly want, and if you keep running in the same situation again, and why can't I do this? Why can't that? This is your year to take a look at that, to nurture yourself, your intuition, your connection with yourself, to take a minute to rest, to think about what you want for the future. It begins there. What else for? And this could be for some of you too that you haven't really, this ending of this relationship kind of just has knocked you out, and there hasn't been any effort with anybody socially or otherwise. Like, you just basically work and go home. This could be somebody that is knocked out by a breakup, and that's where you've stayed and you feel stuck. And unsticking yourself is about you to begin searching. Healing lies in you searching and you exploring your inner soulscape to find answers and to take the initiative and figure out what your wants and not wants are for a relationship. And when I say relationship, I mean intimacy and connection with other. What else for Virgo? And there it is, the Moonlight Goddess right here. Repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. There it is. So very strong message. Not lost on me here, the intuitive pull either, that this is probably going to be a very strong psychic intuitive year for you. This might be a preference for you to just be kind of unto yourself, because this is pretty heavy duty. It's kind of set in motion behind the scenes anyway, so whether you like it or not, you're going to be taking a look at this. It feels like that kind of year for you. But this is a real call for you to just take some time to do a deep dive and to heal, and to, I hate to sound corny, but gently go through the year, kind of picking this relationship apart. It's not about staying stuck and being knocked out from it and just being like, oh my gosh, never again, and I don't know if I'll ever find anybody again or find that love again. No, that's not what this is. This is about looking at what happened in this relationship and maybe your reasons behind that. What else for Virgo? The Emperor, take control and take charge. This is saying that you need to get back up and get back out there, not stay stuck, not stay defensive, not stay stubborn where you are. If your person is, they're not of your concern right now. Your priority is yourself and finding your way back from this, so that you got the wish card twice here. So that you can get you back. It's like there's this part of you that you cut yourself off because either the pain was so great or the frustration or something, but you're just like, oh, never again. Maybe not with this person. Definitely not with this situation. And this is asking you to look at why and what your contribution to that was. Like what didn't work, what did. If it wasn't working, why'd you stay? And not in like, well, why'd you stay then? No. But look at why you stayed, and it's like, okay, so clearly that's a priority. So how can I shift that? Or it's all about learning from this and understanding yourself better so that the next time you come around to dating, to connecting with someone, it's not that you're better at it, it's that you're more informed. Is that you know yourself well enough to know that, oh, you know what? I like these 4 things, but these 6 things, I can't, they're deal breakers, can't do it. Can't do it. I got to get out now because if I spend 2 more months here, or 2 more weeks, or 2 more minutes, I might fall for this person, and then it's going to be even harder on myself. So this is being wise about your connections, but wise about yourself first, so that you can make better connections for yourself and taking charge of that. We got the Aries twice here, and we got we got Virgo twice here, and we got the Moon featured. So this is a real call. Empress is asking you for you to connect and nurture yourself, and if I may, to be kind to yourself. No judgment. Let it teach you and inform you. Otherwise, you're going to do this again. You're tired of it. This also could be this 3 of Wands and this 8 of Swords here. This could be seeking wise counsel, considering all that your wise counsel is offering. Perhaps you have been seeking how to find peace, like you're going on this quest to find peace, and you've been getting a lot of good counsel from friends, family. People are concerned about you because they see that you haven't moved on from this. Quite possibly you're still hanging on to this. This could be that you need to start listening from those that you trust and considering their counsel here in moving forward and making decisions in moving forward. You've got people in your circle that you can trust, and it could very possibly be that you need to consider some of that as far as your choices and what to do moving forward to get that control and stability back in your life. Some decisions need to be made here. What else was Virgo? This is very private, very, very internal. Okay, so we've got 10 of Wands here. Either way, it's a lot of work. 10 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So this is, both of you are tapping out because it was just a lot of work. It was something simply too difficult to sustain. This also suggests that this is going to be your year of, it's like you're on a quest to find answers and the truth and to get clarity over that which is not clear right now. To just cut through all of the nonsense and figure this out. This is your year for that. Please be kind to yourself. No beating up. It's supposed to be informative and a teaching thing. It's not supposed to just be this shame, cringeworthy, not being able to get up, off the couch because of pain and fear and all that. You just, might be some of that, but please don't stay there. No. All right. I hope this was helpful. This looks to be a very private journey here. And I do hope that you do have that wise counsel to help you. It's funny because it's like, you've got some wise counsel here, but it's very private. It's very interesting. Because you wouldn't be talking about it. If it's a private thing, you probably won't be sharing it with a lot of people. So that you have shared with means that you can trust them. So they're probably offering you some pretty good counsel here. Just consider that so that you can move forward and start making some decisions that'll be most beneficial for you. All right. I hope this was helpful. I realize some parts might be very generic and very self-helpy, but there's a feeling here that you're kind of stuck and that there's a lot of blame, and you need to shift that. It's supposed to teach you, and this was a situation, not a life sentence. Get back in touch with yourself and rely on that intuition. Okay, I hope to see you in the next reading. Love and luck to you this 2020, and I hope to see you. Take care.